Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons in our College Football 25 Dynasty Series here as we are with the North Texas Mean Green getting ready to finish off the regular season. We have the final couple games here. We're on kind of a run. That is a slow start, but as everything in football, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. All right, we are 4-2 in the conference, 5-5 on the season. We have worked our way back up to a 500 mark, so not that bad being 1-3 at one point. So welcome back to the channel if you are returning, and welcome here to Champ and Sons if you are new. Thank you for joining us. So before we jump into this first game against Memphis, let's take a look at our recruiting that we still have to do. Dene is a 4-star running back who, at least we're at the top. He hasn't committed to us yet, which gets kind of frustrating. Some of these guys not committing, when I get they have scholarship offers from other schools. So what are you really waiting for? If your ideal school has come through to offer you a scholarship, what are you waiting for? So because of that, we have added Kashama onto the list as another running back. And then also Navarre, we just got them added in along with Gray. So we don't see the full effects of them yet being on the recruiting board because we just did that right before we accidentally started recording. Or accidentally added them before we started recording, wasn't even thinking about it. But we do need to look at some of these guys. And Felix Gray is a gem of a 4-star athlete. He's got 81 for the power moves. He's a defensive tackle. And I think in this conference, having someone of his caliber would be a big-time step up to where he can make big plays for us, obviously down the road. Kashama, a 4-star running back. We started out with him in the 7th spot. We did offer him a scholarship. He's got good catching, but he's a 91 speed running back with an 87 change of direction and 91 acceleration. So he's got a lot of capability. Being a receiving back, 77 catching does work out, and I think if we can get him into some open space, it's definitely going to help us out in the long run as well. Now, Daniel Navarre is going to be a free safety. I haven't scouted him all the way just because we ran out of points, but if you look at where change of direction is kind of shoved up to there, it's pretty high up, so I don't think it'd be that bad. Now, zone coverage is at a 79, which I do like to see. Speed 87, I wish it was more, but it is what it is for a safety. Now, awareness being 58 is nerve-wracking, but I think overall that's something we can develop for him as he gets older. So let's go ahead and jump into this first game against Memphis as they are starting out with the ball, firing that one over the middle. We're going to miss the tackle, and this is going to be fireworks at the beginning as he gets right past Taylor Starling. I mean, a bad angle on the throw, and look at what happens. Memphis goes right down and scores immediately. Talk about a disheartening thing. We're battling back, trying to get a 6th win of the season, trying to continue winning through the conference. We're 4-2. We're near the conference top. We just got to pull out some big wins to try to make it and actually qualify for a conference title game. And then something like this happens. We're facing a 2-8 Memphis team. Definitely not the same team from last season where we went to multiple overtimes. But then they go on ahead and pull that off. So God knows what this game is going to hold for us. So Tony Wilkes, our freshman starting quarterback, on his opening drive is going to try to respond, dropping off the screen pass over to Ragsdale, who gets some good yards on the left side there, all the way down to about the 11-yard line. So getting us inside the red zone there, Ragsdale being our senior leader on the offense. He is a good time speed running back. Get him out in the open is what you definitely need. Now, our other running back, Zach Evans, is receiving out of the backfield, but it doesn't really matter all that much if we can't get any better blocking than that, as Wilkes had about a 1.5 seconds to throw that. So on 2nd and 10 from the 11, Wilkes is in the shotgun. We got 4 receivers set. Has the snap. Fires it over the middle. Hits his receiver, Sheffield, and he dropped it. Oh, he hit Sheffield right in the hands. Right in the mitts. And, granted, contact was made, but you still expect your guy to come up with that one. So 3rd and 10 now, going to be 3 wide this time. Wilkes has the snap in a clean pocket, takes off forward. He's got space. Wilkes, he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He looked like he probably could have stayed in that pocket a second extra as soon as he started to take off. that's when we started seeing the pocket collapse on him. But it was good to see him be able to break that first tackle. It made the scramble kind of worth it in the end. Because if he hadn't, that'd be a field goal opportunity. Instead, now we got a chance to tie the game. And once again, he is a scrambling quarterback. Sometimes you got to let the kid do what the kid does, and it'll pay off for us. However, not so much in this one, as we did tie it up before, but Memphis has gone on a scoring run, made it 21-10 here, thanks to a couple mistakes by our freshman quarterback with an interception having been thrown in between. So 2nd and 1 on our comeback trail once again. Comeback on the season, we got to come back in the game. Trailing 21-10, Wilkes hands. Nope, it's going to be an option keeper. He's got space down the right side. Makes a man miss. He's got an opening. Wilkes walks it in. Touchdown number 2. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. On the option keeper. It looked like he handed that one off for a brief second, but he ended up pulling it down, and then he takes it the rest of the way once he had that open space. We knew he had the speed, and he had the ability. It's just kind of, it catches you off guard every now and then. Like I said, he is a freshman quarterback stepping up into a big role here. So now after we got it back up to a 21-20 game after a couple different field goals, that's going to set us up in prime position. But Memphis looking to come back, and they get the deep ball right down the middle. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. And just like that, the big play happens again. And why not? Just let him run right down the middle. Well, I don't think he's uncovered. He just got wide open. So now that puts us down as we come here into the third quarter, trying to fight back in this one, trailing by 8, 28-20. Wilkes putting the team on his shoulders, slides down after a quick little 7-yard gain down to the 14-yard line. And this is going to be back and forth again. Didn't think it would be happening against a 2-8 Memphis, but it is. So Wilkes with the 2nd and 3 has a snap, fires it to the left side. He hits Sheffield, who makes a catch this time and is brought down at the 4-yard line. Wilkes has 187 passing yards, but where he's done his real damage is on the ground with 104 yards so far this afternoon. 2nd and 4, or 1st and goal now from the 4. Wilkes in the shotgun, sends a man in motion, hands it off to Ragsdale, going to the right side, lowering his shoulder, and Ragsdale picks up 3 yards down to the 1. He got 3 out of his 73 in total so far today on that carry right there. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Wilkes in the shotgun, 2 tight ends. Hands that one off to Ragsdale, makes a cut and punches it in. Ragsdale for the touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ragsdale with the quick little jump step over to the right side there after shooting up the gut. And to be fair, the defender was right in his way. Just a little cheesing of the juke move. He makes it into the end zone, and that's going to put us within 2 points and an opportunity to tie this one up. As we are going to try to take advantage, we're going to come out in a shotgun, 4 receiver set. Wilkes has the snap. Quick throw to the left side. He's got Carnes, who makes a catch. 2-point conversion is good. This game is tied here in the third quarter. Now we advance up to the fourth quarter where it is still tied, and we are in the red zone as Wilkes has the snap, takes off up the middle himself. He's going for it, and he slides down at the 5. I thought he was about to try to lower his shoulder and go rumbling, stumbling into the end zone, but he doesn't. He makes a smart decision and slides down. So that gives him 125 yards on the ground today, trying to see if we can't get this thing punched in and take the lead from 5 yards out, 1st and goal. Wilkes hands that off to Evans. He's got a hole open. Zach Evans takes it in. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Zach Evans, our power back, lowering his shoulder in there right between the multiple defenders that were in his way. And he gets this one punched in, and we will have the lead now, 35-28 here in the fourth quarter. Now Memphis, now it's their turn to try to come back. They've had the lead back and forth for most part of the day. So here we come back trying to force them to make a mistake. Throw it over the middle, hit and fumbled! They fumbled it, but they jumped right on top of it. He got blasted. Hoo-hoo! Their receiver, welcome to Texas in the fourth quarter, sir. However, they do recover the fumble, so now it's 1st and 10. They have the snap dropping back in a clean pocket. Fires it over, and Callaway steps in front and gets the interception. He's looking for his running back, a little dump-off ball. Callaway being right there. Snagged that one out from under him. And that's going to be a turnover and give us a chance to try to make this thing a 2-score game in great field position, taking over at the 30-yard line. Big time play by our defense here, and that's exactly what we needed. So now following up on that interception, here we are with the 1st and 10 from the 19. Wilkes in the shotgun, 3 receivers left. Ragsdale offset to his right side in the backfield. Making a lot of changes. Wilkes has a snap. Clean pocket, fires it over, hits Sheffield, coming across the middle on a slant pattern. And that's going to get us down to the 4-yard line after a decent gain. And make it 1st and goal from the 4. Trying to put this thing to be a 2-score game with 8 minutes remaining in the 4th. Wilkes has the snap, hands it off to Ragsdale up the middle, nowhere to go. The Tigers defense shut that one down early and often right there on that play. And that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, give or take. 2nd and goal, Wilkes has the snap, fires it over, he hits Sheffield, who does actually come down with it after the contact, but it just gets us right back to the 4-yard line, making it 3rd and goal once again. Wilkes staying in the shotgun, 3 receiver set. Carnes wide left all by himself, has the snap. Wilkes rolls out to his right, he's got open space, touchdown number 3! Oh my goodness, oh baby, oh baby. Take away the air, he will get it done on the ground. Tony Wilkes, freshman quarterback, freshman sensation, takes it into the end zone to make this thing a 2-score game here midway through the 4th quarter. And that was a hell of a play. Went rolling out to his right, and really none of the receivers were moving after that. So with all people being stationary, he kind of just took off there at the end. And that would be all it takes to win this game. So we do get our 6th win of the season, and we are now eligible for a bowl game, thankfully, and it actually puts us 1 game away from trying to get into the Conference USA championship game. And in reality, if we can win the next one, we should be able to qualify. Should be able to qualify for that game. Most people would edit that out, not me. We should be able to qualify for that game, but it is going to be kind of a tough one coming into the final week of the season. We are going to be home here for Senior Day as we get ready to get this one kicked off in front of a semi-empty stadium, going with our old school helmets. The retro mean green, the same thing that Joe Green wore, we've got on today to try to help us solidify our opportunity to be in the conference title game. We are going to be 5-2 in conference play. And this is a big win. This is a big game for us. We need a win. Right now, Charlotte is leading, but UAB is hot on our tails, and if we do lose this game, it is going to put us back. We will not qualify for the conference title game, so we are in a must-win situation. 5-2 in conference, 6-5 in total. You may ask yourself why UAB is down below us. It's only because we ended up beating teams that they lost to. That's the only real reason why. So conference record-wise, they lose to who we beat, puts us there. So 2nd and 11 as we jump out into this one against FAU, and it's going to be a sack by Weslowski coming around the edge right there, as he has been playing pretty well for us from that linebacker and edge rusher spot. As a junior linebacker, he's done pretty good coming off that edge. It was kind of surprising to see him working against some of these left tackles. But the speed that he does bring to the game, it is kind of a game changer for them. That's going to give him his 6th sack on the season. So now 3rd and 21 here in their opening drive. The Owls of FAU have the snap. They drop pass. It's going to be a screen pass, and we read that one easy, and Homewood brings them down for the loss. So that does force a punt, and here we come right back at them after they punt it away to us. Wilkes hands that one off to Evans, going to the left side. He's got opening, and nobody's got blocking, but he had a stiff arm and gets down to the 9. Can you imagine if those 2 receivers didn't run past the 1 defender and they had actually blocked him? We could have been in the end zone. Evans has his first carry of the day. He picked up 22 yards when it should have been 31 and a touchdown. So 1st and goal from the 9. Wilkes has a snap. He's going to take off going to the right side. He's got speed. He's got space, and he's got the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Wilkes completely starting to take over this offense at times, it looks like, as he forced his way in there. He saw the opening, and he probably did have a pass open as well, but as soon as that field, had some space to it, he decided he needed to take it over for himself. And you like seeing that out of him. You do want your quarterback to be careful, though, and not take too many hits. But, hey, you can get into the end zone, no hit. I say more power to you. So now the 7-0 lead. We come out later in the first quarter near the end of it. Wilkes on the RPO hits Sheffield going down the right sideline there. Makes a cut back. Stiff arming forward, and DT Sheffield brought down at the 2. As we come near the end of the first quarter, the score is still 7-0 here. 6 feet away from trying to make this thing a 2-score ball game. Wilkes is now 8 of 10 for 85 yards, and that's been probably the biggest change since our losing issues in the first part of the season, is that Wilkes has been smarter with it. He's not trying to make so many risky throws and force the ball into areas he doesn't need to. He's being smarter with it, and it's paying off for us as we got the lead, and we're poised to take a 2-score lead here just at the start of the second quarter. So they showed the conference standings right there, still in second. We got to wait to figure out what happens with UAB in their final game. So first and goal, we play action. Drop that one off to Katai, the tight end, coming across the field. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We had 2 Mean Green players wide open there. Looking like Zach Evans coming out of the fullback spot. Was open on that one as well, but we're going to he finds Xavier Katai coming across the field, our senior tight end. And that's going to give us a 2-score lead now, 14-0. So now later in the second, about a minute and a half remaining, it's actually 17-0 as we try to continue to hammer this one home. Wilkes runs out to the right side, fires over, hits Carnes, and still pushing forward, and Carnes gets brought down at the 13-yard line. A good play by Wilkes. Kind of risky with that one defender floating right in front of him, but Wilkes puts on about the most perfect throw he could find. He's now 17 of 25 for 194 yards this afternoon as we continue to work down the field here in the final 2 minutes. Wilkes now has a snap. He's going to take off again, take it himself, jumps up and gets body slammed. He tried to go over multiple Owl defenders, but he couldn't get over that last one. And he got it taken for a ride, WWE style, but he is okay. So first and goal. Wilkes in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers set. He's got Carnes wide left all by himself. As we're actually going to let the time tick down. And you notice Wilkes' little meter there on the left side of his circle being yellow after that hit. Yeah, we got to be careful. As he hands that one off to the senior Ragsdale, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ragsdale runs it in, the senior on senior day. Now, we might be a little early to say, but I'm just saying, we might want to start looking to book our tickets to New Orleans, where the Conference USA title game, or American Athletic Conference title game, is going to be held at. Because we do not only hold on, we go on to hammer them home. Once we took the big enough lead, FAU couldn't do nothing to us. And we end up putting our backups in and win big, 52-7. Wilkes counts for 5 total touchdowns, 280 yards passing on 70% completion percentage. So, we win these final 2 games, and we do book a spot into the conference championship game. Now, during recording of the championship game, something did happen to the formatting, which made it be hugely massive file and real choppy and everything like that. So we'll get to the championship game in this episode. Now, prior to that, Katera does commit to us 3-star left defensive end, which was good to see. And so does Diego Hogue, 4-star free safety out of Midlothian. A couple of guys we were really wanting to pick up that's going to help out our defense for years to come. So it was good to see those guys signing in. Now, in the Conference USA, or not conference, they used to be, American Athletic Conference Championship game, you can see the choppiness happening right now. That's what happened in the recording. I'm not sure why it came out like this, but it did. We had this brief issue last year as well, I think, with It was with the bowl game in the season number 1. So it does happen. We just deal with it when it does. Now, the conference championship game was a tough one. We started out trailing 10-0. Charlotte put up a good little battle here. But we finally started finding our groove, in the second quarter. And not only on the offense, but also on the defensive side, and actually being able to get a stop. And then on the offensive side, getting it into the end zone, not settling for field goals, became a major thing for us. And this is really on our way to try and get our first conference championship game. Or not just our first conference championship game, but our first American Conference Champion. This is still called the AAC, American Athletic Championship. I don't know why they just call it. I don't get why it's called the American Con, but still. Either way, minor little side note there. We did fight in that first half, come back, and finally snag the lead. But if you look at our rushing, it's between both teams. We're fairly actually even between both teams right now. And even at halftime, the score is 21-17. So a lot of things. This was a very back and forth game between both teams. Charlotte did make some big plays there with their receivers, getting behind some of our young defensive backs, finding it. But we were able to respond in just about every single situation that presented itself to us. And in the second half, we would pretty much take control. And you can see it's 34-17 now in the fourth quarter. On a 4th and goal, we prevent them from getting into the end zone. We do take over, and we won't give the ball back to them, and we will claim our first conference championship here in this series. And it was a good win, hard-fought, second-half kind of team that we've been this whole year. Really worked out well for us, and I'm glad that we continue to kind of play in that style because it has really paid off to the point where we become conference champions. We're obviously not going to make the playoffs. We're 7-5. Or I guess 8-5 on the season, right? So we're not making a playoff spot. But we do get invited to the Military Bowl to take on Virginia Tech, and that's where we will be in our next episode in the bowl game, taking on a top 15 Virginia Tech Hokies. It is going to be a good one, have no doubt about that. So on this side note, I do want to say thank y'all for joining us. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. And I will see y'all in the next episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe. And well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.